This is Panzerkrieg 666 and welcome to Antichrist magazine. We are a black metal band from Germany. We're playing blast beat, black metal stuff, style of Marduk, Dark Funeral, stuff like that.
And we just released our first self-titled EP on the German black metal label Human Noise Records in April. You can check it out on Spotify, YouTube, and pretty much on all streaming platforms.
In my opinion, it's very tragic for the people living there. War has always been fought on the back of the regular people. In my opinion, the evil guys are within the governments. We just don't want to go too deep to politics. That's it.
So we were looking for a pretty brutal name for a black metal project, and we're thinking together in our WhatsApp chat, and what we came up with was Panzerkrieg, which is pretty much tank war in English. And I think there was a band already that's called Panzerkrieg, and we just added the 666 at the end for extra brutalism. And the name, some people don't like it. We love the band name because it's very, it's difficult to say in English. In Germany would say placative, but it's straight to the face. And if you are pretty much knowing already what you expect when you hear that kind of band name. It's also, it has a little bit resemblance to the Marduk Panzer Division album. So that's a pretty cool reference also. So our first EP was a really spontaneous effort in December. We had another band that we had just finished our studio recording and was in the mixing stage. So we were basically just sitting around and waiting for the results. So there was pretty much nothing to do music-wise. And for a long time we had already been thinking to do a black metal project. So it just started pretty much out just for fun. So on one weekend I recorded 4 songs and sent it to Sebastian. And he liked it so far, and just put lyrics on top of it, and we pretty much, the instrumental wise, the EP was recorded in one weekend, and he wrote the lyrics to it, and about 2 weeks later we went into our rehearsal studio to record the vocals, and another week later we pretty much finished the mix, and that's it, end of story.
Yeah, we just wanted to do something provocative. So we decided to sing about war in general and about Second World War, which is connected to the German history. Yeah, it's hard to find something in the metal scene nowadays which has provocative topics. And in my opinion, you have to dig really deep into the underground to find something really provocative. So that's what we're doing, singing about war.
So for the cover artwork, we were looking for different artists and their works, and we found indeed one coming from Indonesia who did pretty cool artworks. So we just presented him what kind of band we are and pretty much leave it up to him what he wanted to do with this, and it was quite a straightforward effort. So we did a few minor changes, and then when he gave us the artwork, and that's it.
We were just not able to do it by ourselves.
When we finished mixing and recording of our EP, we sent out the result to different labels, mostly specializing in black metal. Human Noise Records was one of them, who also responded with positive feedback. So we got in contact with Nikolai, the label owner, and found out that he's also a really cool guy, and we thought it's a good idea to work with him. And we are in constant connection to him, have regular meetings also here on Zoom, where we are recording this right now. And he's pretty cool guy and doing really great work for us. So we are very happy with the results so far when we released the EP in April. And yeah, most likely we will also release our second EP which will probably come out in the beginning of 2023 on Human Noise Record, most likely.
First question of Nikolai was, why Panzerkrieg 666? We all had to laugh. Yeah, it was a great start. It was just a great start. We're not sharing the same opinion about it. We were discussing it several times. Actually, we're not quite sure about it. Yeah, in my opinion, it's quite useful to have a label nowadays. Chris shares another vision, but yeah, we have to say Nikolai did a lot of stuff for us to spread the music. So far, we're quite satisfied.
So, in my opinion, it's not exactly needed to have a label deal nowadays, because you can do pretty much everything on yourself. But of course, it's good to have someone who has quite some connections to magazines, etc., and also comes up with a lot of ideas that we probably wouldn't come up ourselves. So, of course, it's a great addition for us and helps us a lot.
Yeah, in the beginning, we just wanted to release the EP digitally. We had never the thought to have a real CD or digipack CD. Yeah, it was quite cool to have it. It looks great. Yeah, it's just positive how it developed.
So for me, I got into the metal scene in the mid-90s, about 1996, starting with death metal bands like Gorefest, Carcass, Cannibal Corpse, stuff like that. So it's already been a journey for about 27 years. So the 90s were pretty cool. A lot of great albums were coming out, a lot of concerts, etc. Some groundbreaking albums back then. And yeah, still a fun ride for us.
I think I was 13 years old when I had my first contact with metal music. And I remember the first real metal record I owned was Manowar Kings of Metal. In my opinion, when you're playing in an underground band, you're passionate for the music. And yeah, you have to have the right attitude. And music industry is just about making money. And there's no difference if it's pop music or black metal music. So it's quite disillusioning. Philip Anselmo once said in an interview, "The heartbeat of heavy metal lies in the underground." And I think nothing has changed about it.
So I'm not really a big movie guy, so I cannot really say what I watched in the last time. Don't really care much for movies. Actually, the same with music. Pretty much only randomly listening to music here. We are doing so much music by ourselves with Panzerkrieg 666 and our other bands, so we are constantly songwriting and recording. So honestly not listening to a lot of music, mostly the classics from the past, like sometimes like Marduk and Dissection. Last album or EP I checked out was from Coffin Feeder, which is like a death metal hardcore act, but to be honest I cannot really remember what else I listened to in the last time, because I just don't really care much for music outside our own, so that's it.
I have to say, I never listened less to music than I'm doing now, and it's like Chris said, we're doing so much music and we're working on new stuff, so yeah, I'm not really willed to listen to other music at the moment. And I can tell you what movie does not impress me. It's a new Predator movie, yeah? I don't want to see this Pocahontas girl fighting against the Predator. I want to see guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers. That's the real stuff.
To be honest, I know nothing about the black metal scene in North Rhine-Westphalia, nor do I give any fuck about it, so don't really care.
In my opinion, there's no real difference between the underground black metal or death metal scene. It just feels like, anyway, yeah, you know all the guys playing in those bands. You know several guys playing in a black metal band, and they are also playing in another death metal band. So yeah, we know all the guys, but I wouldn't say we're that much part of a special scene, even a underground black metal scene. Let's see. Maybe when we're playing shows, we will part of a black metal scene. But yeah, we will see how it develops in the future.
So, like I said, we are constantly songwriting and recording. So we are looking forward to release our second EP hopefully at the beginning of next year. We have already completed recording of EP number 3. So we recorded the vocals about, I think, 4 weeks ago. And when we have enough time, we will do the mixing and mastering. And we actually started already songwriting of EP number 4, so there's still a lot of stuff to do. Then we will also be trying out live drummer, so we are looking forward to hopefully playing some shows in 2023, so let's see what happens.
Some reviewers wrote they are looking for a full album, but yeah, we have to say that's just not our philosophy. Yeah? We're going to release some more EPs. It's just less work to complete an EP than to work on a full-length album. Yeah, a full-length album can be released every 2 or 3 years. It just takes too much time for us.
So thank you very much for this interview. You can check us out on www.panzerkrieg666.de, and you can also, of course, find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, pretty much everywhere. And you can get the EP directly from us or from Human Noise Records.
Support the underground. Panzerkrieg 666.